We're looking at homework from section 6.3. This is question number 7. In a survey of 2,100 adults in a recent year, 1,482 say they have made a New Year's resolution. Construct 90% and 95% confidence intervals for the population proportion. Interpret the results and compare the widths of the intervals. So we're going to start with that 90% confidence interval. To do that, we have to find the values of p hat and q hat. Now, these values of p hat and q hat will apply to both the 90 and the 95% levels of confidence. So we get to do this work once for both questions. P hat is x over n. The n is the total number in the survey, which is 2,100. So this x over n is 1482 over 2,100. 1482 over 2,100 is 0.7057142857. Rounded to 3 decimal places is 0.706. Q hat, remember, is 1 minus p hat, which is 1 minus 0.706, which is 0.294. So we now have our values for p hat and q hat. Now, to begin with the 90% confidence interval, we're going to need to find the margin of error. When c is 0.90, zc is 1.645. We need that value in the error formula. And the error formula for a population proportion is given by error equals zc times the square root of p hat q hat over n. So we insert those values where they belong. 1.645 times the square root of 0.706 times 0.294 over 2,100. And when we multiply that all out, we get 0.0163543117. Rounded to 3 decimal place is 0.016. So once we have the margin of error, we find the confidence interval by doing the point estimate p hat minus the error and the point estimate p hat plus the error. So our p hat was 0.706, so it's 0.706 minus 0.016 and 0.706 plus 0.016, which ends up being 0.690 to 0.722. That's our 90% confidence interval. We also need to find the 95% confidence interval. So we need to find the margin of error in that situation. When c is 0.95, the zc value is 1.96. So this problem is going to look very similar to the 90% confidence interval, just with a different z-score value. So error equals zc times the square root of p hat q hat over n, inserting the values that we have. That's 1.96 times the square root of 0.706 times 0.294 over 2,100. When we evaluate that value, we get 0.01948599984. Rounded to 3 decimals is 0.019. So when we find our confidence interval, we take the point estimate p hat and we subtract the error, and then we do p hat plus the error. The p hat was 0.706, so this is 0.706 minus 0.019 to 0.706 plus 0.019, which ends up being 0.687 to 0.725. So that is your 95% confidence interval for the population proportion P. Now, we need to fill in the blanks in this statement. With the given confidence, it can be said that blank of adults who say they have made a New Year's resolution is blank of the given confidence interval. Well, when we find a confidence interval, we're looking for information about the population proportion. We want to know how certain we are that the population proportion falls within the given interval. So the correct choice for the first blank is going to be population proportion. So with given confidence, it can be said that the population proportion of adults who they have made a New Year's resolution should be between the two endpoints of the given interval. Then we're supposed to compare the widths of these intervals. So which interval is wider? Well, the higher the level of confidence, the wider the interval. So the 95% interval is the wider interval, and that would be choice B. That's your answer.